The Oba right here on Mix 1080 AMWUFO, talking about the world of sports until 5 o'clock today on an NFL playoff weekend. But we've got a lot going on in the world of sports. Call in 837-1112. Who will be the next coach of the Buffalo Bills is the question. The NBA, full effect, man. How about some of the trades that went down this week? But also on a sad note, before we go to the phone lines, acquaintance of mine, Lance Diamond, became an ancestor this week. Another acquaintance, Stuart Scott, one of the first people I've ever met when I covered a Monday Night Football game in Cleveland in 1995. The sideline reporter for ESPN was Stuart Scott. And also one of the greatest basketball big men. He was truly the modern day big man of basketball, but because of addictions, he never lived out the full potential of his ability in the NBA. He passed away on yesterday, and that's Roy Tarpley. If you remember, Roy Tarpley was on one of the most talented Dallas Maverick teams that was challenging the Los Angeles Lakers in Showtime. And he passed away on yesterday. Very troubled life. Addictions bothered him for the majority of his career. And it probably took away one of the great talents of this game. He was the first modern day, multifaceted big man that I can remember. And he passed away on yesterday, and that was Roy Tarpley. But we want to talk to my good friend Don Patterson. He is the director of the Golden Gloves. Golden Gloves is coming to Buffalo. I'll let him give you all that information about that. Don, are you on the line with me?
Yes, I am.
Hey, Don, how you doing, man?
Great, I'm great, man. Thanks for having us on. Thanks for having me on. The great show, the #1 sports show in America.
#1 sports show in the nation. Golden Glove time again, huh?
Yeah, it's that time of year again when we get started with the most prestigious amateur boxing tournament in the world, the Golden Gloves. We're back right here in Buffalo, one of the historic towns for boxing.
Right.
History here is phenomenal, and we're keeping that tradition going.
Well, you've done a great job with that. When does it get started, Don, and where can people get tickets?
We get started January 24th at the Trout Music Hall, where we've been there for the last couple of years. It's been a great venue to have the fight. The atmosphere is great, and you can get tickets at the Trout box office. Doris Records, a staple in our community for over 50 years, and at Karula Collision on Delaware Avenue starting next week. Tickets will be available. We have a tremendous number of boxers fighting from across the state coming here to compete for this title. The open class division will end up going to the national tournament in Las Vegas once again like last year. So it's going to be another great trip, another great year. We hope that everybody will come out and support these young people as they pursue their dreams.
Who should we be looking at, Don? Who's the prospective talents that have a possibility of catching the imagination of not only here locally, but going on nationally?
Well, we have a number of guys here from Buffalo who are going to vie for those open class titles, the super heavyweight division. We have the two premier super heavyweights in the state back again this year, both fighting out of Buffalo. Eric Rogers and Drew Garazade, for the past 3 years, they've met in the finals, or previous to the finals. In the past 3 years, one of those guys have gone as a super heavyweight representing the Buffalo Golden Gloves. At light heavyweight, we have coming back Lawrence King, who was a 2-time Golden Glove champion. Same thing with Wilmot Wood. Those guys are out of Rochester. The 62 division will be stacked. We have a lot of guys who are going to vie for that title, and last year's going to turn pro. So now this opens it up for some of the guys that are coming behind them. It's going to be an exciting division, always exciting. 141, you have Ahmed Aliyev, who won it last year, who will have about 10 guys that look like to compete against this year, along with 132. You just have a lot of gyms here that have very competitive fighters. We have Westside Gym, that's Jerry Diaz and Ricky Diaz. We have UB Boxing, Dean Tijuana, always bring the guys that can really compete, along with our gym north at Buffalo Community Center, where we have some guys who are going to compete for these titles. So it's going to be a great time in Buffalo, very exciting, and young people are going to be doing something positive. That's what we want them to do.
Well, Don, you've been doing this for a while, and is boxing ready to make a historic comeback?
You know, boxing is always fine because of what it represents symbolically as well as traditionally in America. You know, boxing is something that is a part of Americana. You know,
right.
Go back to great champions like Jack Dempsey and those guys that you have. Jack Johnson, who broke the color barrier, moving on up, Rocky Marciano, who went undefeated, Joe Louis, who galvanized a country around and faced the great evil of the Nazi regime. But even though we have our problems here in America, on that night, everybody came together and got behind Joe Louis that let you know what's possible. So boxing history in and of itself is great. Hopefully here you have guys like Kendrick Brewer, Prince, your friend Joe Major's uncle.
Right.
Who fought the legendary Sugar Ray Robinson to withdraw in the lawn here. So you have Jackie Donnelly, who was my trainer and mentor out of South Buffalo, out of the First Ward. You have Tommy Stenhouse, who was a tremendous fighter, won national title, went on to be Teacher of the Year here in Buffalo. Many people would know, passed away a few years ago.
Right, right.
Legacy. So this is the history of boxing in Buffalo, along with just the athletic part of it. It's also a traditional and a history of mentoring young people, and not just to be athletes, but to be better human beings. If they're going to be successful, to transfer the skills that they learn. If they're going to be successful, that's what it's about. That's what we're trying to do here in Buffalo. In the Golden Glove is the avenue that we use, and it's been tremendous.
All right. Hey, now Joe Majors has notified people that he's leaving town, and I'm here to tell you and send him a message from the mighty Oba. He is not to leave town till he accepts this formal beatdown that I owe him at one of your events.
You know what? We got to make that happen. It's long overdue. This is something, I think the only fight that may rival this right now would be Mayweather Pac.
That's it. That's it.
That's the only one.
Major and Freeman need to get it on.
So we got to make that happen. We're looking forward to it. Joe, you can't leave town without making that happen. And if you do leave, you got to come back and make this happen. You can't run. We've heard this challenge issue publicly. We're going to wait on a phone call from you back so that we can make this happen. Am I right?
That's what we got to do. We got to make this happen.
So I'm expecting Joe to call me today because he couldn't just run away and act like he didn't hear this.
Yeah, you know, I've been threatening him. I send him nasty text messages. Let's get it on.
Right.
You know, we're due. All I need is just a couple of rounds with him because he won't last. He's only good for 3 minutes. I'm ready to beat him up. We could be the pre-card for the Golden Gloves. It's Freeman against the legendary Joe Majors.
We welcome that. That will be a tremendous event. I think we may need to call Wild Brother Sports.
They need to be here. They need to be here. Showtime. You know, HBO.
This is a multi-dimensional fight. Something that not only Buffalo but the nation would need to see.
Well, go ahead and give me some more information. Let the audience know where they can get these exclusive tickets. Do not miss Golden Gloves this year. The talent that is coming out of Western New York is going to shock you. Go ahead, Don. Give them the information about how to get tickets for the Golden Gloves.
Once Trout box office, Doris Records, and Crew Collision on Delaware Avenue. We thank Crew Collision for being a tremendous sponsor for us over the years, as well as WFO, and what you've done for us. We really appreciate it. Getting the word out. You can go on our website, buffalogoldenglove.com, and we'll have all the information on when you can get tickets and the time of the fight, which is 5 o'clock at the Trout Music Hall, January 24th.
Hey, Don, send me that flyer so I can put it up on my Facebook page. And Don is on Facebook also, so information is going to be out there.
You can also reach us on Facebook. You can go to Buffalo Golden Gloves, or you can go to Don Patterson, and it'll be on Pat's Facebook. And we thank you so much for getting the word out and helping us support Golden Gloves and the youth of the city of Buffalo in New York State.
Now I know you're over by Buff State. How are they doing today? I know they got a game.
We lost today. I think it was 84-91 a final score. They fought hard to get back and run it back within 4, and then couldn't close the gap enough to put it away, but they fought hard. So I'm expecting them to turn it around. Buff State is one of my favorite teams to watch, being as it's my alma mater, as well as where you and I both work, and we support them 100%.
Yes, sir. I love Coach Fadri Ansari, one of the best coaches, not only in this region, but around the country. He has done a great job at Buff State. It just seems like they're starting a little slow in some of these games there, Don.
Yeah, I think that was kind of what happened today. The first half, I think they were down by about by a few. The first half. Then they got it going in the second half. There's a couple of those plays where the ball bounced the wrong way, where they were making a comeback, and loose ball here and loose ball there made a difference in this game, and a couple of free throws. So hopefully they can turn it around. As you know, they're very excited to watch. They were running team, got to play pressure defense. It was fun to watch, but they didn't get the victory. But they have some exciting players to watch. Chris Cartwright and Jordan Glover both played good games, shot the ball well, big key three-pointers at the end of the game that had the team threatening for the win. But they just didn't get that last play, didn't make that last big play to get them off. But you see the potential, and it's very exciting to watch.
No question about it. Buff State has great potential. Don, can you just put out the Golden Gloves information one more time for the audience?
Yes, sir. January 24th at the Trout Music Hall, 5 o'clock. Tickets are available at the Trout Music Hall. You can go online to the Buffalo Golden Glove website. They'll have all the information, as well as Doris Records will have tickets starting this week, and Crew Collision on Delaware Avenue will also have tickets for the Golden Gloves. It's going to be an exciting night, very electric. Those opening nights are amazing. You got to make it down to this one. We hope that you're free.
I am free.
Exciting fight.
On the 24th, I'm free.
All right, so you're there.
I'm there. Is Joe Major going to be there? I'll wear my sporting clothes and I'll be ready for a beatdown. We can go right to the ring.
Based on, I think he's moving the week before, but we got to get him back.
Well, tell him I'm calling him out. I'm calling him out. Yeah, I know you're moving, but I'm calling him out.
I'm pretty sure he's listening. So I think he's heard you. Stop. We're going to make sure he is.
You tell him, does he want a piece of me? I want a piece of him, and we can get it on January the 24th.
Okay. The challenge has been made.
Joe don't want none of this. He doesn't want none of this, Don. You know that. He don't want none of it. That's a beat down ready to happen. And I will beat Joe Major back down to Maryland where he is moving. You know. All right. Golden Gloves time again. Don Patterson, you are doing a great job. And I really am looking forward to it. I am definitely going to be there at the Trout Music Hall on January 24th. What time does everything kick off? What time should everybody be there?
5 o'clock start time. First out at 5 o'clock. There's always a lot of bouts. There's going to be a lot of bouts that day. So it's going to be
Bouts start at 5 o'clock. Tralfamadore. Doris Records, you can get tickets, a proud sponsor of the #1 sports show in the nation. And Karuba Collision. Am I correct?
Correct.
All right. Well, I look forward to it, Don. You've done a great job with the Golden Gloves. Golden Gloves time again here in Western New York. Thanks, Don.
Thank you.
All right, Don Patterson. He is in charge of the Golden Gloves here in Western New York. Done a great job with this. Trough Music Hall, January the 24th. Go buy my sponsor, Doris Records, and get your tickets now. We're going to take a short break and be right back here. #1 sports show in the nation. Phone lines are open 837-1112. NFL playoff weekend. First game is the New England Patriots against the Baltimore Ravens. Who are you picking? I am picking the Baltimore Ravens in an upset. I don't even really think it's an upset, but Baltimore is going to win today. And I'm not great at predictions, but I don't think that's a great prediction. I think they're a good matchup for them. We are going to go to a break and be right back here. #1 sports show in the nation.
This year.